Hey there friends, it's Kai, and I'm going to be taking you through a foam roller release series for our hips, just to help open up our hips, release some tight muscles. This can help with back tension, neck and shoulder tension, and also just allow us to be more grounded and move more functionally through our hips. Okay. So as always, if you have any questions or concerns, check with your doctor about whether or not this is appropriate for you. And as always, avoid pain, okay? So we are no pain, all gain at the Blessful Buddy. Okay, so to begin, you're gonna start sitting on your roller with your feet in front of you, and you're going to cross one leg over the other, okay? And then you're gonna roll onto the hip of the leg that's on top. And you're just gonna start rolling forward and back. So I'm not on my sacrum, which is the major bone that rolls down, that kind of runs down the back of my pelvis. I'm definitely to the side of the sacrum. And I'm just rolling. You can play with how far to the side you wanna roll and just noticing, so you're going forward and back in different positions and just basically rolling out the glute, okay? And then if you find a spot that feels a little extra, you can kind of pause there and roll up and down, and then also just go side to side, just really giving yourself a moment. It's almost as if the roller were an ink pad and you wanted to get ink over every surface of that side of your booty, okay? And then once you've kind of played with releasing that part of your hip, you're gonna switch and you're gonna put the other leg on top and then roll to that side. Kind of just roll along here, just enjoying this. You know, different rollers have different levels of thickness or different levels of kind of hardness actually. And so if you're on a roller that feels particularly hard, just taking care of yourself, right? Making sure that you're not feeling any discomfort really through this. Good. And really getting far side, right onto that side of the hip, can be really useful. Okay. So from there, we're going to come back to center. We're just going to transition over and to get the back of our legs here. So for a lot of us, what we're going to do is just sit on the roller directly in front of our sits bones, okay? And so I'm still trying to keep my spine long. I'm not allowing myself to kind of slump here. And if I need to, I can bend my knees gently. And I'm just gonna walk side to side, okay? And as I do that, I'm really just allowing the roller to have differing amounts of pressure on each of the back of my legs. So I'm getting the top of the hamstring attachments here. And then if you notice that one side needs a little bit of extra attention, you can kind of keep that leg long and just roll gently forward and back. So I'm keeping this really small right now, okay? And then I'm gonna switch to the other side. Good. And then if your hamstring length allows you to do this without putting excess pressure on your spine, you can take your hands behind you and you're just gonna do a little pike rolling here, okay? So just allowing ourselves to roll through, and you can actually turn this into a nice little abdominal exercise. So you're exhaling and lifting, and then inhaling, floating back. Good. Nice. And just giving the back of your legs a nice little massage. Okay. So from there, we're now going to actually shift to the side. And this one can be quite intense for a lot of people. So listen to yourself and only do what's appropriate. So I'm going to shift down onto my elbow, and I'm going to come all the way side, still on my hip. So I'm going to be in the space kind of between my trochanter and the top of my pelvis for a moment here, just getting really to the side of the hip. And I might even roll forward and back a little bit if I get into a nice little spot there. And then I'm gonna make my way over the trochanter, which would be quite sensitive, so I wanna make sure I honor that, and then get underneath the trochanter. So the trochanter is that bone that kind of points out at the top of the leg. And then I'm going to very gently, you can come up on your hand, just roll down the side of the leg. So I'm basically rolling down my IT band, my iliotibial band. And, you know, a couple of passes might be all you need for this. And then when you are rolling, so right now I'm just a little bit behind. So I'm angled so that I'm just behind the IT band, rolling up and down. And then I'm going to be straight side, okay? Really like right on top of the IT band, rolling all the way down to just above the knee. And then, now this one can be quite the doozy for some of us. You roll slightly forward. So you are basically right in the, like right to the front, that anterior edge of your IT band, like you're going towards your quads. And so I'm rolling that up and down. Good. And then if you find a spot that feels like it needs a little bit extra tension, you're just going to pause and kind of roll to the back and roll forward. Okay. So making this nice little horizontal movement here. And then same thing. Breathing. It's really important to breathe while you're doing this release work. Good. Okay. And then coming off of there. Now we're going to go to the other side. Okay. So coming up, first we're going to be on our hip, just rolling up and down. Good. And just breathing. Nice. And then you're going to, once again, bring the roller a little bit underneath your trochanter. And then you're just going to roll, right? Taking the leg, rolling the back of the thigh. Not all the way to the hamstring, but still in the IT band, kind of the IT band hamstring connection where they're meeting. Good. We're just rolling through there. And then we're going to come straight side. So we're right on the lateral part of the leg, gently rolling, breathing as we go. Good. Nice. Beautiful. And then rolling to the front edge. So that IT band quad. Woo, yep. You might notice a big difference side to side. That's totally okay and to be expected. Don't need to judge it, just notice it. It's a mindfulness practice. Good. And then you're gonna take a moment and pause, and you can kind of roll back and forward when you find a spot that might need a little bit extra love. Good. Gorgeous. Okay. So now from there, we're gonna roll the front of our thighs. So we're gonna take our roller, and basically we're gonna line ourselves up here. We're going to place our elbows down on the mat, and we are going to just start rolling forward and back. Good. So right up just to the top of the pubic bone and then down to the kneecaps, just rolling through, letting both legs kind of help take the pressure. And then you can internally rotate your thighs, okay, so that your toes are pointing towards each other, and you're going to do the same thing. Good. And then you're going to externally rotate so that your toes are pointing away. And same thing. Good. Now, if you feel like you want a little bit more, what you would do is cross one leg over the other and then roll one leg at a time. Good. And then other leg. Beautiful. Okay. So now we have done our full hip release. We have released the sides, the backs, and the fronts. And there's one more part to go. We have our inner thighs. And this one can be a little interesting, but it also is really helpful. So if you take your roller, what you're gonna do is just place the roller. Now we're gonna go in the opposite direction. We're gonna go parallel to our mat. And we're gonna take one leg and just let it slide over the roller. Okay, and once again, you can kind of come down, and you're just gonna roll from kind of the top of the thigh down to the knee. Good. And keeping the leg parallel at first, and then you can also try turning the leg in. So you're gonna be rolling a little bit more towards the quad. Good. And then even orienting the leg slightly out. So you're just getting different parts of the inner thigh. Good. If you have a spot that needs extra attention, you can just pause there, turn the leg in and out, and then roll again. Beautiful. Okay. And then we'll go to the other side. Good. And just allowing, you'll also get a nice little inner thigh stretch while you're going here. And you might notice that there's more tension like close to the knee, or there might be more tension close to the hip. And you just play with where you need a little bit of release. Once again, breathing as you go, internally rotating and externally rotating. Good. And then just pausing and rolling the leg through. Good. So you really get to play and just kind of see where your body needs a little bit more attention. And wherever you feel like you need a little bit extra massage, you can give it to yourself. That's kind of one of the benefits of doing self-massage like this. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. This is a great thing to do before working out. It kind of loosens up our hips, loosens up the fascia and the muscles so that they're going to be more, your workout's going to be more effective. And it's also just a great thing to do kind of at the end of the day to unwind and release. Okay, friend, I hope that this was helpful, and I'll be talking to you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.